In today's video, we're going to take a look at the 15 most dangerous kids' toys ever. And yes, it's part 2. Before we begin, don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe to our channel, and check out the links in the description for a cool surprise that you don't want to miss. Alright then, let's dive in. Number 15, Atomic Laboratory Kits. The Atomic Energy Lab was a toy lab set created by Alfred Carlton Gilbert, an American athlete, magician, toy maker, businessman, and inventor of the well-known Erector set. The Gilbert U-238 Atomic Energy Lab was an authentic nuclear toy and learning facility marketed in the early 1950s. The $49.50 package contained 4 examples of uranium-bearing ores and a Geiger-Muller radiation meter and various other instruments. The Atomic Energy Lab was never successful and was soon taken off the shelves. Number 14, Buckyballs. 9 years ago, to be exact, a toy named Buckyballs was targeted by government officials who were attempting to ruin the fun. The Consumer Product Safety Commission prohibits toys that we noted were tiny rare earth magnets that were fine to play but bad for a snack after a few overzealous children swallowed 1 or 2 of them and found themselves in gastrointestinal distress. Number 13, Clackers. Clackers were common toys in the late 1960s and early 1970s. At the beginning of the 70s, manufacturers transformed them into plastic spheres suspended on each string. As they swung up and down, banging each other with a lot of energy, they made a loud clacking sound. Clackers were similar in appearance to the bolas, the Argentinian rifle. In 1968, tempered glass sphere models appeared to gradually shatter, sending glass fragments to the user's face and everyone nearby. Clackers were taken off the shelves in the US and Canada after reports came of children being injured while playing with them. Fairly heavy and fast-moving, and made of hard acrylic plastic, the balls would sometimes shatter when hitting each other, but not as easily as the 1960s glass models. Number 12, Easy Bake Oven. The Easy Bake Oven is a toy oven introduced by Kenner in 1963 and still made by Hasbro at the end of May 2017. Almost immediately, stories of injuries the model caused to children started to pile up. This new version could easily trap small hands and fingers in the opening of the oven and even cause 2nd and 3rd degree burns in the mini chefs. The CPSC issued 77 burn reports. One of those stories was about a 5-year-old girl who had to amputate part of her finger. Almost 100 million of the Easy Bake Ovens were recalled the next year in 2007. Number 11, Aquadots. Aquadots entered the market in 2007, and the parents were in a frenzy to swoop them up before Christmas. These include a craft kit that allows children to build a range of multi-dimensional designs using tiny colored beads. Aquadots can refer to either the toy itself or the tiny beads. As the beads are sprayed with water, the surfaces of the beads become stickier and fuse. Here's where the trouble lies. The tiny, fun, and bright beads contained the drug gamma-hydroxybutyrate, GHB. The Consumer Product Protection Commission, CPSC, confirmed that 2 children mistakenly ingested the beads and had been comatose for hours. 1 child had been hospitalized for 5 days. Luckily, there were no injuries. Needless to say, one of the hottest toys of 2007 was quickly recalled. Number 10, Mini Hammocks. Possibly the deadliest and definitely one of the most dangerous toys on this list, Mini Hammocks is directly responsible for at least 17 child deaths. The CPSC report released on 14 December 1995 reported that these minors were between the ages of 5 and 17 years. Without the spreader bars that allowed users to change these durable nylon ropes with, children became stuck between them. A $4 leisure commodity has asphyxiated children. 1 infant is known to have survived, but has sustained permanent brain damage due to lack of oxygen. In the end, the 1995 CPSC report was followed by a recall of 3 million mini hammocks the next year. Much as the commission did with the lawn dart investigation, their conclusion concerned encouraging owners to kill their product before someone else got injured or worse. Number 9, Lawn Darts. It doesn't take a whole lot of creativity to see why steel missiles with weighted skewers could make a dangerous toy. Originally intended to pierce lawns in a game similar to horseshoes, children found a number of ways to use darts. After the deaths of at least 3 children, the CPSC restricted the use of lawn darts. The agency also suggested that existing sets be destroyed. It wasn't until 1970 that CPSC went with the latter, for the first time banning jars before striking an agreement with manufacturers to stop marketing them as toys. Back then, about 6,000 children went to the hospital in the 1970s and 80s with related accidents, including 3 fatalities. The CSPC prohibited them for good in 1988 and advised customers to destroy any existing games. Number 8. CSI Asbestos, a toy based on the CBS hit show CSI Crime Scene Investigation. This encouraged kids to search for fingerprints with special powder and brushes. The powder in question was found to contain up to 5% asbestos. The warning was sounded in November 2007, but the toy producer, CBS Consumer Goods, opted to leave it on the shelf in the run-up to Christmas. Instead of waiting for the CPSC to discuss a recall, the Asbestos Disease Awareness Group filed a legal suit to stop the package sales. Number 7. Inflatable baby boats. Aquavarious Leisure's inflatable baby boat was intended to be a fun way for a baby or a toddler to swim comfortably in a swimming pool. The issue is that the boat's leg braces were prone to tears, allowing the infant or toddler to fall through. In 2009, 4 million vessels were rescued after more than 30 babies had almost drowned. It turned out that the Aqualeisure had been aware of the issue for at least 6 years, and the Consumer Product Safety Commission, CPSC, subsequently fined the company $650,000. Number 6. Polly Pockets with Quick Click. 90s children will recall the original Polly Pocket compacts, but later models actually triggered a big safety warning. A few years after the launch of this Quick Click line in 2004, Mattel recalled 7.3 million playsets because of magnets. The small sections of the clothes that snap to the dolls might fall out and cause serious injury. Number 5. Rollerblade Barbie. Out of all of Barbie's occupations and hobbies, this one in the 90s actually triggered a firestorm. A cigarette lighter-like system in her skates can legitimately blast out sparks when rolled onto a flat surface. Blade over something flammable and you've got a huge problem. And in the end, they were off the shelves for good. Number 4. Sky Dancers. These flying fairies are more dangerous than they seem. Just pull on the lancet rope and the princess doll spins up into the air and eventually into the faces of people. After 150 cases of eye damage, scratched corneas, broken teeth, facial lacerations, and even a minor concussion, Galoob Toys Inc. had grounded the playthings for good, reminiscent of some 8.9 million in 2000, according to CNN. Number 3. Slap Bracelets. Any kid in the late 80s or early 90s recalls the clapping bracelet fad and the bands put on schools on the sharp metal inside the bracelets, starting to cut infants' tender skin. But the slap bracelets never went out, and they never completely cleaned up their act of defense. In 2012, Toysmith recalled a large batch because the metal was worn through the fabric cover, revealing sharp edges that cut at least 8 children. Studio Fun recalled thousands of more troll-themed slap bracelets in 2017 for the same cause. Number 2. Flubber. Kids love ooey and gooey slime kind of stuff. But in the early 1960s, Hasbro launched a product named Flubber, and the company was subsequently struck by thousands of cases of rashes and sore throats in children who played with it. The company recalled Flubber, and as part of modern-day folklore, reportedly buried the surplus inventory behind the warehouse because it could not be burned or sunk at sea. Number 1. Burger King Pokemon Balls. At the end of 1999, the children who ate Burger King had a seemingly harmless toy with their children's meals, a Pokemon ball broken up like a clamshell to reveal a tiny Pokemon toy. The toddler and the infant were suffocated when part of the plastic balls was sucked down into their throats, covering their noses and their mouths. The third child was rescued by her aunt, taking the toy off her face. Burger King recalled 25 million balls and was later blamed for at least one of the deaths.